I haven't done this recording for a long time, but I spoke about it a couple of times, if not a lot. And I'm very glad to see that a lot of Israelis started going into investments. People in Israel talk about digital investments, but anyway, investments which are not only real estate, like the stock market and other, we're having assets like in the bank or this called also, bonds, and there's a thing called the Keren Kaspit also. But I'm a bit afraid of it because a lot of these schemes in Israel, they change the fees. So, I can say it's not very popular. Anyway, but I'm glad that the Israelis not only are crazy about real estate, and I want to say something also in a personal note, because I'm stuck in a big villa and a mansion, and it's work. It's work. I haven't learned, hotel management or other. I haven't learned that, and it's work and rent, renovation, and there's something called depreciation. It's work. Um, I'm a I was trained as a PCA. All my I was top of the class and everything. Accountant and tax advising, retirement planning, bookkeeping, all, the qualification, and I worked in many places. And I'm very good in the stock market. I guess, once you get all that knowledge, which also might be, but you have indexes. So I'm very glad that Israelis came back to it. And I have to say something historically why a lot of people avoided this tool of management. In the 80s, there was something which is called a bank crisis, which was ridiculous. Ridiculous. My late father was an accountant, and I remember him. And actually, a friend of mine told me that we dressed up in Purim to the rotten bankers that robbed Israel. But I was a kid. But it was nice, that my late father taught me and explained it. But I remember him, standing and saying that in Israel, he said, how can it be that the Poalim Bank is valued more than Chase Manhattan? Chase Manhattan, the Citibank. He said, it's ridiculous. The Israelis are dreaming. So, the crisis of the banks, they were inflating the price of the bank. They were selling it, it was selling, the bankers were selling the shares themselves of their bank and to get, benefits. And they also sold the other banks. It was, there was a big trial. They didn't sit in jail for some reason. There was a big commotion. They didn't sit in jail, but a lot of regulation went into the banks later on and also into the stock market. A lot of regulation, but I mean, I would recommend to put in mostly in a foreign, which is, the Americans, which is more audited because you have many loops in Israel, like, cash loops. Just in the 2018, the regulation started. It went in stuff that was 20 years in Europe and in America regarding cash. Regulation of cash and transfers from abroad and all that stuff, and also you have a very strange structures. I was, completely shocked once I invested in all kinds of companies. They would, it's family and they're taking dividends and the dividends are going, or they're taking salaries, enormous salaries. And, but this is a public company. I mean, there's always might be something fishy, but you have indexes and, what is known, you have education in Israel. Many people in Israel get, higher education, which is fantastic and gives us Israelis capabilities that other people, for instance, in America, a lot of people don't have, higher education, don't get statistics. which is, you can have tools to slice and decide, regarding the financial, and also the statistics of a field and stuff like that. So a lot of it I'm sitting and implementing it, and I wish everyone good luck. I don't like real estate. People don't understand. It has depreciation. Okay, the real estate, the land itself, it's very rare that the land or the agricultural land will have depreciation. But, it's rare if you have contamination and stuff like that. But the building itself, it has a depreciation. The value goes down unless, you all the time renovate and stuff like that. It's not really, where the real estate itself. You have a problem with demography in Israel, okay? And you also had very low rates, very, very low rates of where you could get money and buy another flat and another flat and another flat. This is not the case now. We are in inflation, okay? And it's work. It's work. It's not as if when you invest in a real estate, it's work. So you have to find rent and lodgers, and it's not, it doesn't come by itself. If you put it in a stock market or you already understand financial terms, you can implement them and sit back and enjoy the fruit. Okay, this is my opinion. All the best. I haven't uploaded this stuff, but I say it again and again if anyone didn't understand me. I didn't learn hotel management. I never intended to take over land and territory. This is not my kick. Okay, all the best and have a nice Pesach, Passover.